Hello everybody, it is August 16th, 2020, and I'm out on the pond today with another motor. This one is an Eska. I believe it's a 1962 3 horsepower skipper, model 1122. I've had this one hanging on the rack for a few years now. I've got this with a bunch of parts motors that I bought a few years back. Just been hanging around. When I got it, it was loose. It would pull over. Felt like it had decent compression. Had no spark. It looks like it's just been hanging around in storage for a long time. It's still got the paper tag around the gas tank that shows fuel oil mix and so forth. It's not really readable anymore, but it's still there. Anyway, I went through this one just on a whim because I thought I was rearranging my motors and got this one out and thought, hey, let's see if this little guy will run. So got the rewind freed up. It was kind of gooey and it wouldn't return. Lubricated that and got some of the grease and crap out of it, and that started working again. Pulled the flywheel and cleaned up the magneto. Magnet on the flywheel was rusty. Coil laminations were rusty. Cleaned all that stuff up, cleaned the points, checked them, replaced the terminal on the end of the spark plug wire, put a new boot on it, replaced the spark plug with a decent used plug that I had, and went through this one does not have a water pump. It is a pickup tube behind the propeller that brings water up to the exhaust to keep the exhaust cool so it doesn't burn up the lower crankshaft seal. It's got a leaky prop shaft seal, so it had water in it, and the original skeg was cracked, so I replaced that with one I had from an Eska parts motor that I had laying around, and put some fresh fuel in it and cranked it up, and it seems to be working pretty well. I replaced the pull handle too. The original one was kind of falling apart, cracked and so forth. It's got a early 50s Johnson pull on it now. So anyway, it's running pretty decent. This is what amounts to a 3 horsepower lawnmower engine mounted on an outboard midsection and lower unit. It has fixed timing. There's no timing advance with the throttle. It's just throttle on the carb. It still has the air controlled governor like it would on a lawnmower. It has a very lightweight flywheel. It's basically made to run wide open, although you can throttle this back. When you do, it doesn't run the smoothest because it has fixed timing. You can't retard the timing to go along with the throttle position, so it doesn't make for the smoothest idler. But it does run. It's 3 horses, probably make more noise than a whole barn full, but it'll get you where you're going as long as the wind isn't blowing too hard. I've got this on my 1956 Alumacraft Model K today here in the pond. Just giving it a little run around to see how it does. This is a 16-to-1 motor, so I've got 16-to-1 TCW3 mix in the gas tank, and let's give this little guy a go and see how it does. So there we are. Runs like it should. Definitely not going to be replacing any of my light twins with this one, but it does work okay. Quite a dependable little motor. They're very simple. So anyway, till next time, thanks for watching. Keep your prop out of the mud.